And they would drink as much as they could before it went bad, but you know, it doesn't go bad, it just turns into this other fantastic thing called cider. I'm very honored to have you guys here. Normally I've been running a conventional fruit farm. I took over the farm from my father in 2001, but for the next 6-7 years I was actually studying in Bergen. So I eventually got a master's degree in chemistry and mathematics, and I also started a PhD in the same. But cider I've been doing all the time. I started actually, my father taught me when I was I guess 18, legal. Yeah. He's been making cider all his life, and he learned it from his older generation again, and I think we've been making cider in this area since the apples came, and that is, I guess, maybe 1,000 years ago. We went into a pub in early 2000s or late 1990s. You would, maybe if you were lucky, you had two choices. You maybe get Ringnes or Hansa. This is the new cider made of discovery apples and a little bit of Gravenstein, and it was just finished. Went all the way to the top cider festival in Oystersund. And this got the first place, so I'm quite proud of this. Yeah, the Bumarken. This is actually a very old rune, I guess used all the way back in the Viking ages. Where every single farm in Norway had such a personalized rune. You see it's got a lot of like straight lines, and this is because it should be easy to kind of chisel into stone or to kind of scribe into wood. And they have added like a little cross on the top. I guess that was like in the stave churches. They resemble nothing of Christianity, but they had little, okay, so it was a god house. And this they would put on everything that belonged to them or the farm. And so when I was thinking what brand to put on my cider, it finally dawned on me that, geez, I did not need to look any longer. I already have it here, and it's been around for a long time. The name Alde is also quite old. It's actually the very old name of fruit here in Hardanger. This is basically our go-to drink. So say Saturday and we get together with some friends. The cider comes on the table. That's what we do. You know that you can drink this all day, all night. I mean, and that's, you don't need anything else. It's very easy to show what's happening here because the apple comes in at the top. Then you have this crusher. It's basically a grinder, something that goes around. And the apple come down here, and they just meet their destiny in there. And I place a cloth like this, and this falls down, and I kind of cover it up to kind of have like a self-containing little cloth around the whole mash. And then I come with a new like piece of wood, acacia wood, and I place it on top. And then I repeat it like 6 times. Then I get what you Englishmen call a cheese. And then you rotate the whole table around. And here comes a big hydraulic cylinder from below, and so it goes from being this tall to this tall. And all the liquid that's left pour down here, and I pumped right into, say, one of. Every apple is picked by hand. Say the tree is here, you pick it, and you have like this kind of interesting bag. All the apples that have some imperfection, they are as tasty, but they say they have a little dent in them. For cider. The fruit cooperative, they have a big sorting machine, and they take out all the apples that they find that are not kind of fitting the criteria. And so I buy also back those apples.
What percentage of your apples are sold for fruit versus?
70% maybe. Oh, wow. Basically, to achieve around 7%, and with this residual sugar, I add in around 1 kilo per 20 liters. So that's the capitalization. Nice word for it. What I find important with the residual sugar of a cider is to balance the acidity. If I make my product too dry, I'm afraid it will shout too much. But what I'm aiming at is a product that is so dry that it will go pair very well with food, yet a product that's very much drinkable from the pub. Now I add the yeast. I mix that also in, and then I heat it up to around more than 15 degrees. When these are just flying around in the new medium, if they got feel neighbor, they are programmed in their little yeast brain to divide. They eat a little bit of available nitrogen, phosphate, and oxygen if it's there, and they produce a new copy of themselves every 3 hours. You all know how exponential functions go. They go suddenly right to the top. Then it's so much yeast cells that they will feel that the neighbor is there, and then they shut off the copy. And then they are ready to do what they are intended to do. That's eating sugars and kind of farting out CO2 and ethanol. And then cider becomes cider. Pleasure having you guys around.
Absolutely.
We have to have a lofty goal. Yeah, and I hope in like 10, 15 years time, when we are more producers, we are producing more, we are even more professional than we are now. I want like cider from Hardanger to become so well known, so renowned that when people mention the word Hardanger, the same thing will shoot off in their brain as when you mention, say, the word Champagne or Bordeaux or some other great region that's more known for its drink than its landscape. It's a big thing to say because we already have a pretty nice landscape here. But I think if we follow down this path, I think we'll go there.
Kangaroos are tasty. You can just baby ones can be even tastier.
Yeah. Suckling kangaroos. Perfect. This is. Yeah, I'm looking
See where
forward.
we'll go with this.
I'm looking forward to the menu on Lysverket.
Baby kangaroo.
Maybe the tiny ones.